As the Supreme Court mulls the constitutional basis of Obamacare, states are wrestling with this question of, are they going to create the health insurance exchanges that the law asks them to create? These exchanges are new government bureaucracies through which the health care law will force Americans to purchase health insurance. That health insurance is going to be overregulated, it's going to be overpriced. Some people's premiums are going to double as a result of this law. And these exchanges are also the conduit for hundreds of billions of dollars of taxpayer subsidies that are going to go to private health insurance companies. But the healthcare law doesn't actually require states to create these exchanges, and without these exchanges, the whole law falls apart. For 2 years now, insurance company lobbyists and other supporters of the law have been telling state officials that if they create their own health insurance exchanges, that will prevent a federal takeover. And that's just nonsense. While it's true that the law authorizes the federal government to create health insurance exchanges in states that do not, the federal government is going to control all these exchanges no matter who creates them. The only difference is if a state creates its own exchange, then the state has to pay for it. What states should be doing is refusing to create an exchange no matter how the Supreme Court rules. You can think of it as an insurance policy in case the Supreme Court doesn't do the right thing. The healthcare law imposes a new tax on employers who don't offer to their workers what the government considers essential coverage. That tax can run as high as $3,000 per employee. If your state refuses to create an exchange, then employers in your state won't have to pay that tax, and you'll be able to lure employers away from other states that do impose that tax. Refusing to create exchanges would also go a long way toward reducing the national debt, because the Obama administration would not be able to hand out hundreds of billions of dollars in taxpayer subsidies to private health insurance companies. If a state creates an exchange, it has to pay $10 to $100 million per year to run it. But if it doesn't create an exchange, then the federal government has to pay for it. And the federal government has admitted that it doesn't have the money to create these exchanges, so there may not be an exchange at all. The most important reason not to create an exchange is the Constitution itself. The Obama administration has said that it will try to tax employers and hand out these subsidies in federal exchanges, even though no law gives it the authority to do so. If they try to do that, then every employer in your state, including the state government itself, will be able to challenge that unconstitutional overreach in court, but only if the state does not create an exchange. If the court strikes down this law, then those states will look prescient. If the court goes the other way, then those states will be in a position to drive a stake through the heart of this very bad law.